Today I am joined with my longtime friend, one of my favorite vocalists that I've had the pleasure to work with in a small capacity, but I've just loved watching him grow and crush any obstacle that has been in his way throughout the years. You may recognize him as a local face that you see with the First Fleet crew, or you may have seen him absolutely command the crowds at the likes of Knotfest, Warped Tour, Aftershock. Please welcome the one and only Mark Leon. Mark, how are we doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
Oh man, I can't complain. It's a beautiful sunny day outside, and it's a great day to sit down and chat with my friend here. So.
Yeah, my door's open right now. I have my door open in the living room and I'm just like enjoying the breeze that's coming in right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good day to get out and walk your dog or just do anything. Go out and touch some grass, you nerds. Okay,
Yeah.
well, Mark,
Touch some
you've
grass.
been
I love
around for
it.
a long time, my man. Like, I honestly cannot even recall the first time I met you. I've seen you just over years and years and years. So just hit me with a quick, brief intro for yourself. You're a Des Moines local, I believe you went to Hoover High School, right?
Yeah, I went to Hoover, graduated in '08 to date myself. I have been playing in bands since 2009 and kind of just doing my thing, coasting through life.
Absolutely. What was your first band that you were a part of? When did you first decide that you wanted to be in a band? Because I know that you play piano as well, maybe not, or at least keyboards. I know a lot of people might not know that about you, but you play a mean Zelda lick.
Yeah, that's like actually the Zelda is how I learned how to play piano. But uh I would say that like that stuff like the band stuff came a little bit later, but just like being a performer, like I used to like dance to Michael Jackson and sing to Michael Jackson for my family when I was like 8. Like the Thriller album, oh man, PYT would come on and I'd just be like kicking, moonwalking, spinning. like my my mom used to like make me do it when family members would come over. She'd be like, "Come on, Mark, show him." And I'm like, "I don't wanna show him the moves." And I start like dancing and singing. But yeah, no, high school is like kind of like at first I wanted to be a professional skateboarder. That didn't work out at all. I didn't even make it to amateur. um, but like I've always had an interest in music. Like, um, I think like high school is like I really like I started. I think like Linkin Park is what got me into the idea of playing in a band, and then um, I tried out for a band, a local band, in my high school. Do not remember their name, but my tryout was me singing a Stone Sour song, but I had my CD player on and it was out in the middle of school. I had my like little headphones on and I probably butchered it, but I thought I sounded like Corey Taylor
But in
with the
your head, I was gonna say,
headphones
in
on.
your
I was
head, you were
like,
Corey Taylor, bro.
yeah, like and then, like we were like, yeah, we'll let you know. And I'm like, well, I mean, I sounded great. I crushed it.
What are you talking about, bro?
But yeah,
No, dude, that's
I'm like,
sweet. So yeah,
no,
that didn't
like,
pan out with that local band at that time.
no, absolutely not. It was awful. It was awful. I feel bad for whatever I subjected them to.
They were just along for the ride, bro. So
Yeah.
yeah, took a couple years there for you to form your first official band. Then that I recognized was I don't think I ever saw you guys when you're under the name Barrier, but certainly saw you a number of times when you guys were under the name Moors. When did you first meet Ian and Alex? And I think Fred was the bass player for them.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
Mhm.
man. So Ian, I've known Ian since since I would say since like my it was like I met him like the summer of me going into ninth grade.
Mhm.
And like I knew his sister first. So like the very first time I met him, he was like a little kid and then I met him a little bit later, like as he was like a middle schooler, and he was already
Hmm.
incredible at guitar. So after that, years of me and him being friends went by, and after my first band ended up splitting up, uh I tried to start my own band, and he came over to just like fill in with the guy that I was playing with. And we ended up like my buddy was he didn't really want to be in a band anymore, so and me and Ian were just like, why don't we start a band? Like we've known each
Hmm.
other for forever. And then like I don't remember where we met Alex. Like Ian and Fred were already in a band called David Goes to Boarding School.
Hmm.
Um, but Alex, like, I can't remember. I think we might have just met him on Facebook. We were like saw he played drums. I don't know. I'll have to ask him because I don't
Hmm.
remember. But yeah, he we had him come over, and like he was great, and we all meshed together, and we were all like the best of friends. So it like I don't know, it worked, man. It was cool.
You guys were a bunch of goofballs. I really enjoyed meeting you and getting to see you guys play a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, you had so many different influences going on. There was a big early Veil of Maya thing going on, and then you kind of
Yeah.
branched off, and you guys would be melodic sometimes. And then your song titles were just some of the best parts for me too. Like Shirley Temple Facial just cracks me up every time. Like, it's,
I
yeah,
gotta
that was
give
some
that all to
solid early
Ian. Ian
stuff.
came up with those.
Yeah. Yeah, I was jamming through that EP and some a bunch of other stuff today, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. It really took me back to that time, like just feeling the underground rock shop and like just I don't know, it was just being around those musicians at that time. It really had a feeling, you know,
Yeah, it did. It really did.
because I think that's kind of how we first met you when we were doing like the Creation Complex stuff, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Um, but yeah, I think one of the coolest things that I discovered here when I was doing a deep dive and looking into stuff was I remember it now, but I hadn't thought about it in years. That one time that the Marquee opened up and let the metal bands play, and they were got to play, and you got to do guest vocals with the Curse of Hail.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah,
Man, I forgot all about that.
it would have been so cool if they would have kept doing shows there. It was such a like a vibe. The aesthetic of that venue was so cool, and they just never did anything with it after that.
Yeah, it was such a sick venue. Like I don't know, man. I don't know why they didn't do anything with it. It would have been like cuz all we had at that time was vaudeville, so that would have been a perfect like other place to play.
Hmm. Nothing ever lasted for very long. I mean, like, originally Lefties was like Harry Mary's, and that didn't last too long, I don't
Yeah.
think. And I remember briefly there was The Tomb, and that didn't last very long. And
Yeah.
yeah, dude, dating myself here with some of these, like, that's crazy. So yeah,
Dude.
that's that's how I remember kind of like getting to know you more. I'd seen you around, but I feel like it was at that time we'd just played a show with you guys. The Creation Complex did it, like the Underground, and we didn't have a vocalist anymore because it was going to be Vernon Sissian's last show, and I didn't know if Moores was going to be doing anything else after that. And I think you just kind of started hanging out with us at the house, and it just ended up working out that way. You were like, "I like your guys' music," and we really liked you as a vocalist, so it was a win-win.
Yeah, I remember we you guys asked me to fill in at that house show out in like what was it like Pella or something? I don't know, but
I think I
it
mean it was Oskaloosa. Yeah, that was when we played Keaton
it was
Stoneberger's basement.
Oskaloosa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Wait, whose basement was it in?
Keaton Stoneburner?
Oh, is he wrestling?
Yeah, he does wrestle these days, and he does like the brutal stuff. It looks like where they wrestle with barbed wire and shit.
Oh man,
He's pretty
yeah.
beefy these
I
days. I
like,
remember he was just a little kid in Oskaloosa that like even my family knew his family, and it's now yeah he's a big beefy wrestler.
dude, that's cool. Like, that's like
Hmm.
on my bucket list. I want to be at least in one professional wrestling match.
I think you can get there.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a funny story. This is kind of jumping a little bit, but
Hmm.
Widow7 played in this college town in Illinois, and next door to it, they were setting up for micro wrestling, and which is for people who don't know, it's little people wrestling, but um so like the basically the promoter, he came in and watched the set, and he was like, hey, you guys should come and watch this, it's awesome. And I was like, only under one condition: you get in the ring and clothesline me. And, and so like he like gives me like this quick tutorial of like how to run the ropes, and I'm like, in my head I'm like, dog, I already know how to do this, I've been
I've
watching
been training
wrestling
my
my
whole
whole
life
entire
for
life.
this. Put me
Yeah.
in,
And
coach.
like, yeah, so like he does it, like he throws me in, and he clotheslined me, and I like just fall back, like, Home Alone style when they like
Hmm.
slip on the ice. Like I just fall back and just like boom, like that, and I like sell it, like I'm like, oh man, and people thought I was actually hurt. Um, so like I get up, and he's like, man, if you gave me 6 months with you, I could have you be a wrestler. And I'm like,
You were
yeah.
like, later, Widow 7, I'm trying to go be a wrestler.
I'm like, goddamn right you would.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, chug 2 beers right there. I'm out.
Literally, quite literally, man. But it was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. Yeah, no, it's pretty wild. For the first time in a long time, I drove by the old house that Wade's house, Wade and Patrick's house. I hadn't been in that neighborhood in a really long
Yeah.
time, and it just took me back. I remember going up to uh, the bar right up the street. I can't remember what it's called now. I still don't remember. Now I can't remember. That's how it works. But we'd go up there occasionally and then come right back, and we just write music all the time. We'd play Marvel vs. Capcom, and eventually we got
Yeah.
obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh, and we just had a good time, all of us.
I
One of the
forgot about
coolest
the
shows.
Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
What's that?
I forgot about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yep, we played some Yu-Gi-Oh, man. It was pretty cool. One of the first shows that I think you had with us after that or coming up was we played at Monuments and Polyphia, and it was Polyphia's first US tour. I think it was one of their first live shows that they've ever played too. And yeah, we got to open that one. So that was a lot of fun. And yeah, man. We played with Whitechapel and Glass Cloud at Woolies. That was one of
I
probably the
remember
second
that.
time I ever played Woolies. So that was a really cool show too, man. Looking back
Yeah,
on
I remember
those
that.
times, we had so many songs in the vault other than just the EP that we got out, and it never got to see the light of day. It's a shame. Like I even
Yeah.
still have old school demos on my phone of certain songs that like I get stuck in my head while I'm in the shower. It's like, oh yeah, I remember this whole song. I could still probably play this. So,
That's sick. That's sick. Like every once in a while, like I like for the creation complex stuff, I have to like really go through and look for it. But like I'll go back, like the last time I went back and did one of my deep dives, like I listened to the EP all the way through,
mhm.
and like I was just like the whole time I was like, I was so bad back
No, that's not even
then.
true. Dude, it was good.
Like
It's so cool though because like at that time you weren't really singing much. Like you could still sing and we all knew that, but we that was just the earliest iteration of what was the creation complex, and we had so many other songs that were just they were
yeah.
cool. Yeah, and it's really cool to have seen like even just when you took the next step when you ended up doing your venture with Orchards, because yeah, dude, you were rocking it. Like you were just out there belting it out.
Yeah, man. Like, I think I think like after the creation complex and like with orchards, especially like with RJ being the kind of singer he is, like I was like, and like then on top of that, being down there, I was surrounded with incredible singers.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh, I gotta like step my game up. I
Oh,
gotta
hell yeah.
show that I can do it too. And like so I just I just practiced and like sang every day. We used to go to karaoke like almost like every other weekend. Like it was like karaoke then Waffle House. That was like the combination. But yeah, man, like being around those guys really like it really did grow me as a singer.
Hmm. So like, how did it work out with RJ when you first started? Because I know that you guys had written a single, and had you already planned to move, or did it just set off so much that you were just like, I gotta move, we gotta be in person together for this?
So like with that I so with all of that I met RJ through the I don't know if you know him. I can't remember his band that they were here. Cameron Brooks. Do you know him? You know that name?
Yeah, that sounds really familiar. D
Man, they were in this like
Words like daggers?
they were in the Words Like Daggers. That
Hmm.
yeah, that guy. He played guitar in that band. Well, we worked at First Fleet together, and I had already thought about moving to Texas, like, cause my sister just moved there, and I
Hmm.
was like, that might be like a good venture for me to kind of like get out and experience like the world a little bit or the country at least. So, I talked to Cameron about it, and then I remember we were having like a company Christmas party, and we were like this big table with all of us, and he was like, "Hey, Mark, if you're going to Texas, I got a guy who plays guitar for you. His name is RJ Lee." Like I remember it perfectly. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, cool." And I was like, "Well, give me his contact." And
Hmm.
then like that next day, like I reached out to him and he had all these songs, and little did I know he was working with the guy who ultimately ended up becoming the producer for all the Widow7 songs. We've been working with this dude for 10 years
What's his
at
name?
this point. Evan McKeever,
Okay.
like incredible songwriter, incredible producer. Like the dude is like crushing it out in Nashville, and like I give a lot of he taught me a lot about being a singer and a songwriter. So yeah, that's how I met RJ. I eventually, like once like me and RJ started going back and forth and he started sending me songs, like I had this aha moment where I was like, I have to do this. I have to at least try and see what happens.
Now it
And if
makes
it
sense to
doesn't
give it
work,
a
it
shot.
doesn't work.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man.
So
Because I mean,
that
that first EP you guys put out is phenomenal. I mean, like I said, I was doing a back run for you today, and Broken is like such a solid. It's a new metal anthem. It is so good. How did you guys get hooked up with We Are Triumphant for that release?
so what with We Are Triumphant, I believe it was our song Vile Me blew up on uh on YouTube, and it like got like 500,000 views on YouTube alone just from like some anime channel, like cuz like for some reason like it was a great AMV video and everybody kept making videos of it, like AMV videos, like the anime videos.
That's so
And
cool.
so like yeah, which was cool to me because like I'm a huge anime guy, so like I was like this is sick. But yeah, like they caught wind there and was like we think we can like get you guys to the next level, so we were like why not, kind of went from there.
W- Um, what was the name of the second EP? I had some trouble finding some information on that one.
uh Hold on, I'll tell you because I can't remember myself. It's been Hey man, it's been 7 years. I thought
I know it's a long time, man. And if you got the files, I'll
Manic.
take the files.
Or no, it's self-titled. It's self-titled. Manic was
Okay.
one of the songs. But yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was self-titled. I was like, I don't know if we made one. made or came up with the name. But yeah, it's just self-titled EP.
Did you guys do that through We Are Triumphant as well, or did you do that self-released?
That one was through We Are Triumphant.
Very cool. Then right
Yeah.
around that time, that's when you got to play Warp Tour, right? 2018.
Oh yeah, man, that was insane.
I'm sure that was living your boyhood dream right there.
Yeah, I like it was bittersweet because like it there was like so much happened during our set. Like our so it started raining
Oh no.
but quickly ended. And then cuz they were gonna cut our set. They were like we might have to cut your set and we were like no. But it quickly ended. The rock gods were like all right. And then the rock and roll devil was like, I'm gonna mess with your I'm
No,
gonna
no,
mess
no,
with your
no.
laptop.
Oh.
Yeah. So it took like some time to get the laptop together, but right at the last moment we got it figured out and like played our set and uh but during all of that, two of my favorite bands were playing at the time, which was The Used and Don Bronco. So I was like, in between the quiet, I just hear that and I'm like, oh, so how are we doing tonight? Or yeah, whatever.
So then at what point after that did you decide that you were going to move back to Des Moines? It was 2019?
Yeah, it was 2019. Yeah, like I kind of hit like a snag. It like not necessarily with the band, but like in my home life,
Hmm.
like just like, and I'm not shy to talk about this stuff at all because like what came of it, I think was really cool. Like I um I basically like I was on the verge of like losing everything and I like I had started thinking about going home, but like really struggled with it because I was like, well, I don't want to miss an opportunity here because I was very back and forth. And ultimately like when like with all that stuff that was going on, I like it kind of evened itself out. So I ended up staying for another year, even though I said I was gonna leave. Because I planned on leaving initially, like around 2018,
Hmm.
and then I was like, no, because I don't want to miss an opportunity, so I'm gonna stick this out and see what happens. And then it wasn't really until my mom like had this talk. I remember I was like at work because I worked at a grocery store. I worked at an Aldi at the time, and my mom had this talk with me, and like she didn't like it wasn't her convincing me to come back. She was just like telling me like she was having a really hard time because my grandma had dementia,
Hmm.
and she was like, I'm the only one taking care of her. Like I don't know what to do. Like this is like very stressful. And like at that point, I was like, I when I got off the phone with her, I was like, man, I gotta go back. Like
Hmm.
if she's doing this by herself, like I have to go back. So ultimately, like I ended up going back. That's why when I tell people, I'm like, I had my own stuff going on, but I was like willing to, like, I'm stubborn, so like, I would have, I would have stayed, but
Hmm.
like, that was like the moment where I was like, no, no, I gotta go back, and then I ended up coming back, and like, it was a breath of fresh air, man. Like when I came back, like seeing like all my friends, like, just like it was home, but like so much had changed because it's gone for almost 4 years
Hmm.
that I'm like, uh. But yeah, like that. But that's the reason why I moved back to Des Moines was to help my mom with my grandma.
Absolutely, dude. Well, I mean, the music's always going to be there, and it sounds like RJ's here in Des Moines these days, isn't he, too?
Yeah, yeah. That
Kind of crazy how
I'm
life
always
works
like,
out.
huh. But yeah, no, man, yeah. He's doing his thing too.
Yeah, because now it's a Modern Tiger, right? Or no, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which funny story about that. So the way that came to be like was we had a song that we originally did for Orchards called Alien, and like because I was doing the Widow7 thing, and at this point like it was just me like working on all the Widow7 stuff.
Hmm.
He was like he was like hey, let's just like release that well, let's just release that Alien project under a name. And I was like, oh, I just came up with a cool name, Modern Tiger. And he was like, okay, well, let's release it. Let's release it under that. So we ended up doing that, and I guess like something had happened with the Orchards account. I'm not too sure on it, but he hit me up and he was like, can I just use that Modern Tiger account? And I was like, I don't care. Like, go for
Hmm.
it. So yeah, that's like I don't know. I always thought that was like an interesting little story, like how
Yeah,
Modern Tiger became
that is
that.
kind of funny to know that you came up with the name for that, and it was basically kind of Orchards 2.0 in a way. But that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, so then after that, looks like you took a little bit of a break, but you came out swinging with Widow 7. You put out, was it Crooked Frames was the first single that you put out?
Shadow Me, yeah.
Shadow Me.
So that the whole time I was taking a break, so I started working on Widow7 back when lived in Texas.
Mhm.
Like I had recorded both Shadow Me and Crooked
Working with that
Frames.
same producer.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Like he's done everything. Like anything that we've put out, um, he's done it. Besides um Choke. That song had a bunch of crazy people on it. He was on it. Uh Nick Bailey was on it. He did like the MGK stuff.
Hmm.
Andrew Bayless, like he was like the guy like who like basically like uh was the overseeing producer on it. And he and then Aaron Gillespie,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, he wrote on it. He's the one who like wrote the chorus.
Hmm.
Like so there's and I don't know if I'm like pulling the veil back or if I'm supposed to say stuff like that, but like I mean like they're credited on there and it's like those dudes like crushed it. So it's like I'm happy to be like, yeah, I worked with these people.
Yeah, no, a lot of hard work goes into making good music, so you got to give credit where credit's due. And I mean, there's no shame in that at all, man. Like, yeah, you got to let people know. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys caught fire pretty quick there early on, and so well, you were just working on those two, and then how did you find everybody? Because how'd you find Jason and Shane and
So
sorry,
they
I forget that Seth.
yeah, yeah. So I had like I'd already had I can't remember how many songs. I had 4 or 5 songs done already, but at that point I had reached out to or not reached out. I'd released Shadow Me and Crooked Frames, and I was trying out band members. And then like one day Shane hit me up and was like, "Hey, I'm working with these dudes and from Dead Horse Trauma, and I think we could like I think we could do some damage." Like, and at first I was like super reluctant. I was like, I don't know these dudes. Like, I'm like,
Hmm.
I it was weird, like, cause like I knew who Dead Horse Trauma was, but like I'd never seen him, so like I don't know. Back in that day, like I kind of just went off of word of mouth, and I was like, I don't know about these guys. But then and like I eventually was like, well, I'll give him a shot. And I went to Seth's house, and they already knew, they had already learned Crooked Frames and Shadow Me. So at that point, I was like, man, like these dudes like took the time out of their day to learn these songs. So it's like
Did
I
they learn
can't
them by
just like,
ear? Like you didn't send them anything?
no, I didn't send them anything.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, so like I was like, man, like I got, hey,
I guess we got a
like it's
band,
worth,
boys.
yeah, it's worth a shot. So yeah, so from the rest, like you saw how it went.
Yeah, within 2 years of you guys being together or you having started, you guys were already opening for Knotfest.
Yeah. Shout out to Danny Wimmer because he's the one. Him and Corey Brennan are the ones who made that happen. But my buddy Justin, he plays in this band out in Ohio called Lone Wolf. He's like, if it weren't for him shouting out Widow7 on a Twitch stream and like them having like basically being like, you have to have this guy come on, none of that would have ever happened. So yeah, my buddy Justin, like he uh he did us a solid.
Shout out Justin, dude. That's so cool, man. Yeah, I was there. I didn't get to catch you guys' set because the line was so long, but I could hear you guys from where I was at about 2 miles away.
The oh my god, you don't know how many people told me that. The the girl I was seeing at the time, she had to pay people in the front of the line to get in to see me
You
on
told me
time.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, that was cool. I mean, yeah, you guys were, like I said, you're really just running hot. And then I think one of the coolest things that I've seen that doesn't happen very often is you guys hit it with Octane. You guys were out there with Jose Mangan having a good time.
Oh yeah, man. Like Jose, like that dude is so cool. Like anytime like cuz we did the festival, like we've done the festivals like a few times, like quite a few times at this point. And like anytime I would see him, just like the nod, the fist bump, like what's up,
Hmm.
dude? It's good to see. Like always good vibes. Like the last time I saw him was this past incarceration, and like we ended up just like hanging out together in the media tent until it was time to go.
Oh, that's cool, dude. That's so crazy because
uh,
he's just got such an iconic voice. I mean, I remember growing up listening to Sirius XM, and that would just be so like surreal to just be sitting there, and then you just hear his voice from beside you, and you're just like, oh, yeah, I'm not listening to the radio right now.
yeah, no, man, and like he's incredible with that because he like I watched him like I've had the honor to like sit there and watch him do that like
Hmm.
in person, and like he just sets up wherever he needs to set up, and
Just
just like
goes.
that and
Hmm.
does his thing, and I'm like, man, that is a master at work.
Yeah, you guys were hot on the charts there for them for everything, all your singles, and then I was really excited when you guys finally put out your full length, Our New Doomsday. Where did you guys come up with the name for that?
Um, I honestly I don't know where I came up with that. Like
It's a
I
cool
uh
fucking
I think
name.
I was listening. Yeah, yeah. I think I was like in a huge bring me the horizon phase,
Mm.
and like I was like, man, that sounds like something that Ollie Sykes would come up with. Yeah, that's cool. Like, dude, I don't know. Like half the names that like I come up with are just like moments of like, aha, and then I write it down, and eventually I use it for something.
It's just a cool name, bro. That's all it needs to be.
Hey, man, thanks.
Yeah, so then you guys played Aftershock that same year. How was that? That was the one where everybody was singing along with you, right?
um, that ooh, the first year, no. The second time we played Aftershock, yes. The first year was also cool because I think we were the first band, but we were right at the front gates. Like the
Hmm.
stage was set up right at the front gates, and like it was like this moment of like go time. It's like, hey, we have to earn these people's attention. So everybody gave it their all, and like we generated a pretty decent crowd. Like so, and I think the people at DWP were like really impressed with that, and it attributed to one of the reasons we kept getting invited back to those kind of things.
Hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say that's very cool that you got invited back the next year for that. Then it just opened the doors for you guys to be on all these other big festivals, louder than life. That's just insane. I'm
Yeah,
so proud of you, man. Like that's so cool.
dude. Thanks, man. No, it was cool, man. It was an eye opening experience for me, and it like I got to meet like some people like who I'm like lucky enough to call like close friends or like good friends, like people like that like 10 years ago, like I wouldn't believe that I'm like, man, I can't believe that this guy's number is in my phone because like 10 years ago, like if I would have told myself that, I'd be like, man, you're crazy. Like, get out of here.
Listening to their CDs and at home just chilling. It's like, nah, there's no way. That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, man. Um, like one of the people while we're on here doing this, one of the people like I want to give a shout out to is Eddie from All Shall Perish and Suicide Silence. Like that dude, that dude has like helped me through so much stuff. Like he like didn't know me, like he didn't even really know me, but like we hit it off one day, like at one of the festivals, and he like kind of like took me under his wing and like was like just became a good friend. So like shout out to Eddie.
That's surreal, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, man.
So what's next for you, man? You got any exciting updates here coming up the pipeline?
I got I'm like right now I'm working on music. I'm like testing testing the waters with some stuff. Like I nothing that like I'm gonna like there's no big announcement, but it's just like I'm working on music. I've been working out, been trying to like become show ready.
Mhm.
That's all I can really say.
Getting prepared. Hey, that's better than no news. So fuck yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man, like I'm talking to a couple of people. Like I got a new project in the works. I don't know like if I want to I don't know if I yeah, I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want people to be like I don't want it to be like months later like, "Hey, what's up with the new project? This stuff takes
Hmm.
time, people. I'm still finding myself."
Yeah, dude. Well, cool, man. I'm excited to hear more music from you all the time. I mean, I love everything you've been a part of, so keep it coming. Don't ever stop.
Dude, absolutely not. And yeah, thank you for doing this, man. This is cool.
I'm having a great time. Like I said, I've got a lot of really cool guests lined up. Just like you said, I want to give some information away. I want to tell people, but I'm not going to tell anybody. You just got to keep coming back.
Yeah, and I will absolutely come back. I'm sure the next one we do, I'll have a whole lot of stuff to tell you about.
Absolutely. I'd have you back anytime, man. So at this time, we're coming to the end of our time. Do you have any other plugs? Anything you do want to say before we part today?
No, man, just like I like when I do start working on stuff, keep an eye out, or when I do start releasing stuff, keep an eye out. Till then, be kind to people. Don't talk shit on other bands. Let's build the scene up, like, and let's all just be positive. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Lee. Everybody love everybody.
Yeah, god damn it.
All right, buddy. All right, man. Well, it was great talking with you. It's been just noise again.